Welcome to Exam Assure. Today, we will be discussing about the recent notification issued by the Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission for the post of Assistant Director of Town and Country Planning. We will be discussing about it in two parts, wherein in the first part, we will discuss about the exam, the eligibility criteria, an overview of the syllabus, the exam pattern and the marking scheme, and the important dates and the exam centers. In the second part, we will be discussing about the detailed syllabus and the difference between the ADTP syllabus and the syllabus of other government exams related to planning. We will also be discussing about the important resources for general studies, which is a part of the syllabus for this post. So about the exam, the post is for the Assistant Director of Town and Country Planning with vacancies, with 29 vacancies for the post. For the eligibility criteria, the maximum age limit is of 32 years of age as on 1st July 2022. For the educational qualification, one must possess a degree, a postgraduate degree in town or city planning or urban planning or housing or rural infrastructure, regional planning, etc. Or one must be an associate member of the Institute of Architects or have a degree in Bachelor's of Architecture with an experience of minimum 3 years. Or one must possess a degree in BE Civil or Highway with an experience of not less than 2 years. Or one must have passed the exams of the Associate Member of Institution of Engineers for the Civil Engineering category with an experience of at least minimum 2 years. Or one should have completed the Bachelor's in Planning with an experience of 2 years in the field of urban or regional planning. So any of these categories, either or, one should possess a degree or a postgraduate degree or an undergraduate degree in any of these in order to qualify for attendance. Moving on to the syllabus can be divided into two parts. One is for paper 1 and one is for paper 2. Now, with respect to paper 1, it contains of 3 main topics, that is town planning, which will be of post-graduation level, and civil engineering and architecture, which will be of undergraduation level. With respect to paper 2, again, there are 2 parts, wherein part A consists of the Tamil eligibility test, which will be conducted in Tamil language. And for part B, it consists of general studies and aptitude and mental ability tests. So this syllabus we will be discussing in another video in detail, which is the part 2. Now the exam pattern and the marking scheme. The exam will be of objective type and it will be conducted in the OMR method. That is, you will be given the answer sheets and you have to fill the circles, which will be corrected via the OMR method. Now, with respect to paper 1, the division of paper 1 can be the paper 1 will be of objective type, wherein the weightage for town planning will be 60%, for civil engineering it will be of 25% weightage, and architecture will consist of 15% weightage. The paper 1 will consist of 200 questions and total marks will be of 300 and the time duration is 3 hours. For paper 2, as mentioned earlier, it is divided into two parts, that is part A and part B. So for part A, it is the Tamil eligibility test, which will be again of objective type. And this paper will only be of qualifying nature. So in this paper, out of 150 marks, one has to score minimum 60 marks in order to qualify for this paper. And only when you get more than 40%, that is 60 marks, then in paper part A, then only your paper 1 and your part 2 paper B will be corrected. Otherwise, if you get less than 60 marks in part A of paper 2, your paper 1 and part B of paper 2 will not be corrected. Also, the part A of paper 2 is only as a qualifier, so the marks obtained in this part A will not be calculated in the final marks. So part A will have consist of 100 questions of 150 marks, and part B is again divided into two, that is the general studies, which will contain 75 questions related to general studies, and mental ability and aptitude, which will consist of 25 questions. These together form 100 questions of 150 marks, and the entire paper 2, that is part A plus part B together will be of 3 hours. After that, the interview and records will consist of 60 marks in total. So that way, the total marking or the total marks will be 300 plus 150 plus 60, that is 510. So here this 150 of part A will not be counted as mentioned earlier in the final selection. So in order to qualify for the selection of the post, one has to obtain minimum 204 marks in the exam out of 510. And another important thing is that you have to attempt all the papers. So it cannot be that one attempts only paper 1 and gets maybe 250 marks out of 300 and expects to be selected for the post without attempting these papers. So you have to attempt all papers and your cumulative score shall be above 204 in order to qualify for selection. So the important dates and exam centers, the exam will be held at the following 3 centers, that is Chennai, Madurai and Coimbatore. With respect to dates, the last date for submission of the online application is 26th March 2022. The examination will be conducted on 28th May 2022. So paper 1 will be from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and paper 2, which consists of part A and part B, will be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The results will be announced tentatively by July 2022, and the qualified candidates will be asked to upload their certificates for verification in the same month. The verification process will be completed by August, along with the interview or the oral test, and the results will be declared accordingly. Thank you.